Return to Silent Hill, huh? So I want to take this moment here because I have an opinion that definitely everyone is not going to have. And that is, yes, the movie is bad, but I enjoyed watching it. I liked it. And I want to tell you why, because there's certain parts about this movie that I think are being overlooked that I just kind of want to point out so that if you do watch it, you might be able to recognize those things and appreciate them as well. Because when I first started watching this movie, I was expecting to hate it. With all the reviews coming out, I was expecting like the worst movie in the world. So maybe that was part of why I'm saying what I'm saying. And to be fair, the first scene really enforced that because the dialogue, not good. The writing and the acting, also not good. But the further the movie went on, the more I was able to appreciate things like the camera work. The camera work is shockingly good in this movie. So there are some like there's a one-shot chase scene that's interesting. There's a lot of top-down shots that are very aesthetically pleasing. There's a transition shot from the peephole of an apartment door where the actual scene changes with a lighting package and just set design change. And speaking of set design, the set design's really good in this too. It is able to completely replicate some locations from the game in pretty much the most perfect way. And although you can see that as fan service, it does create a certain vibe, an environmental vibe that matches not only the game but the original Silent Hill movie as well. And so that's super cool to me. In addition to that, one of the reasons why I'm going kind of easy on this movie is I saw that first Silent Hill probably 2 years ago. And let's be honest, that movie's also not good either, but there is a thorough line, in the story that made it interesting, and the whole world was interesting. And while that movie was bad, I enjoyed it, and honestly, I find that to be the same thing with this movie. It's the same exact vibe. And the question becomes that story, thorough line in that first movie was interesting. Is the story interesting here? And for the most part, I would actually say yes, it is. So the main problem stems from how it's clearly being adapted from Silent Hill 2. And Silent Hill 2 is pretty much one of the greatest games ever made. And a lot of people know that this movie, I mean, not movie, the game is very complex. It's very dark. There's so much going on with so many different characters, and there's no way you're going to fit that into an hour and 40 minutes. There's absolutely no way anyone will be able to do that well. Uh, they didn't exactly do it well here. They probably did it worse than they could have, though. And some of that does come from changes made with characters and character motivations that basically completely demolish the actual point of Silent Hill 2, the game. So the question that comes from that is, with all those changes they made, can the story still stand on its own? And I will say they didn't really do it well here, but it didn't like get dismantled in a way that ruined the comprehensive story in the movie. So I will say that if the game didn't exist, this movie would make sense and it would be an enjoyable movie. The problem is the game does exist. So there is a small demographic here that could benefit from this movie. And that is someone that wants to know the story of Silent Hill 2, but doesn't have the time or the desire to either play the game or watch the game. And this movie could fill that gap in because it does, whether you like it or not, it does say like the general story within an hour and 40 minutes. And the general story is a good story. It's still very interesting with twists and turns that someone, might be, interested in seeing. So the question is, does it become worth it? Does watching this movie become worth it knowing that? And honestly, if you can get past the bad acting and the bad dialogue, possibly, but I'll be honest, there's a bigger chance that you're probably not going to like this movie and you'll think it's funny because my theater people were laughing. I was not one of them though. I actually enjoyed the film. I enjoyed it for its craftsmanship. There's a passion there, clearly because of that craftsmanship that just unfortunately didn't execute well. But I did enjoy watching the film. So there's that. People like me exist. My credibility is gone, but hopefully you can at least appreciate the aspects I'm talking about if you were to see the movie. Find out if you don't like it. You probably won't, but find out.